Okay, everybody, welcome to the yoga moment. If you're new or new-ish, double welcome. Everybody's been hanging in here so well. I don't know how many days it's been. Maybe I'll need to give somebody a job to count the number of days. Probably Bryce knows more than anybody because he's been putting these all on YouTube. And we are getting people that are actually doing it on YouTube too. So you should know that there's not only our little group that's practicing, but also people that are working during the day that can't practice. They're going to YouTube and they're doing it too. So yay for them. Manipura, everyone. Determination. I'm very impressed. Okay, let's do a little Manipura right now. If you haven't been here for my Manipura speech, I will explain what that is after we bring ourselves into our practice. So we use those tools, use that exhale, especially if you've been running around like Jude. Like Jude was like, just made it in at the last minute. And so she's a little breathless. And that's kind of happens, right? When you're like, that even happens in a normal yoga class when you're running around and then you have to get calm. So let's explore the tools for that. Big long exhale through your nose. That's almost immediate. You should almost just feel a little bit heavier after that exhale. Close your eyes. Shut out that visual stimulus. Let your shoulders become very heavy. Deep in and out through your nose, a deep breath into your belly, and let your belly be very soft too. So now that you might feel like you are, oh, I don't have my headphones on. Whoops. Let me take a second to get those on because it makes everything better. And they're on now. Yeah, they are. Okay, so hopefully you're feeling some heaviness, some presence, some more centeredness, like you're not wanting to run off and do something that you forgot. And that happens to all of us all the time. If you go to a regular yoga class, you probably have that happen in yoga class. You're like, oh shit, I forgot to do whatever. But when you're in yoga class, you got no choice but to sit there. Practice that now. Practice that stillness. Practice the habit of taking some time every day just for you. This is an investment in your health, your nervous system health, your physical health, your mental health, health of your lungs, health of your immune system. And let's run through the chakras now, just a brief review. And as we do that, we're going to feel the breath. I don't think we've done this before, but I call this elevator breath. So imagine that your breath is running up and down your spine. And people talk about this in different ways, but what comes most naturally to me is on the inhale, the breath runs up your spine. So right from your sacrum, right up to where it joins to the back of your skull, and then up into your skull. And then on the exhale, it runs down your spine like a waterfall all the way down to the floor. So inhale, breath runs up like an elevator coming up. Nice and slow, smooth elevator, and then exhale, the elevator goes down. So take one more breath, elevator up all together. Exhale, elevator down. And now take a breath, but hold it in your pelvic floor, right down at the base of your pelvic floor. So you can take a regular breath, but bring your awareness to your pelvic floor. This is Muladhara chakra, your earth chakra. It's the chakra of elimination. And then move your awareness of your breath up a little bit into your pelvis. You can even move your hand with you if you like. You can move your hand to your pelvis or your belly. This is Svadhisthana, or the chakra of reproduction. And now breathe a little higher, just to underneath the very base, just under your sternum. Your sternum is that place that you do CPR on someone. It's that bony spot on your chest. You can feel it if you like. You can palpate it. And then just take your fingers just underneath it. It's really your diaphragm. This is Manipura chakra. This is a chakra, and a chakra means energy center. So this is really just a way of thinking about your energy center and your breath. So this is Manipura chakra, and this is the chakra of determination. This is kind of our chakra for this little group. This is the chakra that we are concentrating on because it takes determination to show up for this on a consistent basis when everything is so crazy. So breathe up your spine. Let that elevator go all the way up to your sternum. And then back down. And we'll go through the rest of the chakras just so we complete it. Now inhale all the way up to your heart level. You can bring your fingers between, it's basically between your breasts, top of your breastbone. That is Anahata chakra. Chakra of the heart, chakra of love, connection. So bring your breath elevator up to your heart level and let it go back down again a couple of times. And now we're going to bring the breath all the way up to your throat. This is an easy one. You can even tap or place your finger in that divot just at the base of your throat. This is Vishuddha. Throat chakra, really important chakra, especially an important chakra for women. It's the energy of speaking, or the energy of telling the truth, the energy of using your voice. So bring your elevator up to there. And then we're going to come up to Ajna chakra. Breathe right all the way up to the level of your pineal gland, or your third eye, between your forehead, between your eyebrows. Breathe the breath right up there and then all the way down. You can tap this chakra if you like. Ajna chakra is the chakra or the energy of wisdom, teaching, learning, curiosity, all the good stuff, all the higher functions. And now the final chakra is Sahasrara. It's on top of your head. So breathe right up, breathe your elevator right up into your head, into the crown of your head. Push your head into your hand, just like I ask you to do so many times in yoga poses, lengthening your spine, and breathe all the way up. Bring your elevator all the way to the top, and you can even blow your hand right off your head, and then exhale, elevator comes down. Try that 2 more times. Inhale all the way up. Blow your hand right off your head, and then exhale down. Last one, really blow the energy right up there. Big inhale. And exhale, release. Bring your hand back to your lap. Lower your shoulders. Breathe normally through your mat, through your nose. So just a fun fact, that's why Kundalini yoga practitioners wear white turbans or headpieces, because they don't want to blow their energy. They don't want to lose all their energy out through the top of their head. We'll do a couple of Kundalini moves today, just in honor of that top chakra. Let your eyes gently open, and they can open like an elevator coming up as well, nice and slow. Sometimes we flutter them open, but work on the control here. Open them nice and slow. Just let that data come back in. And now you've got visual data coming in as well as that long breath, and you can still be doing that elevator breath up and down your spine. These are called the channels. We think of there being 2 channels on either side of the spine. And in honor of that, let's do a couple of rounds of Nadi Shodhana, or alternate nostril breath. And I think that I have taught Nadi Shodhana with the 2 thumbs, but today we'll do it with the thumb and the 4th finger. So you can either take your 2nd and 3rd finger and place it on Ajna chakra on the middle of your forehead, and then you're left with your 4th finger and your thumb. You can also fold those fingers in and be like this, and then you're going to use these 2 hands to compress or these 2 fingers to compress your nostrils. So either this or this, whatever you choose to do. I'm going to do this because it's a little more clear for you to see, but some people like that pressure on the 3rd eye. Whatever you're choosing, cover your right nostril and exhale, inhale through your left. See if you can get that sense of the channels of the breath going down the spine. Exhale, inhale through your right nostril. All the way down to the ground floor and then back up. You can blow it out the top of your head if you like. Exhale, inhale through your left nostril. Other side, do it on your own time. Exhaling and inhaling. Feeling the energy of your breath up and down your spine. Keep going, take 3 more sets. So that's each side 3 times. And I just wanted to say that as we think through the chakras today, and I think I've said this before here in this forum, that I used to think the chakras were total hooey, just a new age nonsense. But it's a way of thinking. It's a way of dividing up the body and thinking. And over the years, I've come to appreciate that. So suspend your disbelief if you happen to be a disbeliever in those kind of things, and see if you can make the concept work for you as we go through this from day to day. As you finish your last breath, return your hand to your knee or your lap. Take a few normal breaths in and out through your nostrils. And just notice when you stop breathing side to side, all of a sudden when you breathe symmetrically, everything changes. You can let go of that elevator breath and just take normal breaths. It's beautiful. Everyone's eyes are closed now. If you want to flutter your eyes open to watch the next bit, you can. If you can just follow my voice, that's even better. If you've been doing this long enough, you can just follow my voice. Inhale your chest forward to cow pose. Exhale your belly button back to cat pose. I'm going to switch to the chair, but you can also switch to hands and knees for this. I think Karina is on hands and knees. Karina's wearing pink today. I just read an article yesterday. I was going to post it on my blog, but it wasn't that interesting otherwise. But it was 5 yoga moves that you should do every day for a young spine. And this is number 1, cat cow, every day. They say that in a study in, I think, the Netherlands, that yoga teachers had spines that were 10 years younger than their contemporaries. We may not make a whole heck of a lot of money, but we have very young spines. And I'm pretty sure it's because we do stuff like this every day. Nourishing and replenishing the space between the vertebrae, which is a joint. You have, I think it's 33 joints in your back, in your spine. I'm not sure about that number. Dad would know that. And each of those vertebrae are cushioned by a disc. And a disc looks a little bit like a jelly donut. It's got a little bit of a tough annulus on the outside, like a ring of tissue on the outside, and on the inside it has jelly. And that jelly is like a shock absorber. The whole thing is like a shock absorber. It gives us our ability to move our spine in so many ways, so many directions without injury. So this is juicing up those little spaces between the vertebrae. Take a few more. Lifting your chin a little up towards the ceiling, feeling a tug at the front of your throat, and then pulling your chin into your chest. Feeling that compression of your thyroid and thymus gland. Just this little bit of activity on your thyroid and thymus every day increases your metabolism just a tiny bit. Gives you a little more energy. Last one. Feel the tug here around the vagus nerve area, and then exhale. Come to neutral and inhale your arms overhead. This is new. I don't think we've done this before. Find your feet on the floor. You can do this standing up as well. And then reach your right fingertips towards the ceiling. Reach, 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 as if your life depends on it, as if you're trying to get a light bulb out of somewhere in the ceiling. I guess that's not really a life and death situation, but I can't think of a life and death situation right now. Okay, left fingers up. And we're lifting on the inhale and we're dropping on the exhale. If you're standing, this can be a pretty big movement because you're pushing into the floor. So here I'm lifting my right fingers, push into the floor with your right foot, and then back down, and then other side, left foot. On the breath. If you're seated, you can try that as well. Push into the floor with your right foot as you lift your right fingertips. Remember yesterday we were doing Warrior Two and we were pushing into the floor, maybe not really getting too much movement, but we had this energetic push into the floor. Other side, really stretch all the fascia of your trunk and back. See how much you can feel here. On your breath, just a few more, really stretch, stretch, stretch. I have a permanent bend in my elbows, both of them, just the way my bone structure is. But in this posture, I could see myself in the mirror. I really try to get straight arms here, straighten up. And reach. One more, we're gonna do a forward fold after this. Reach, 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 reach the tip of your fingers, high, 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 push with your foot. Straighten out your legs in front of you. If you're seated, if you're standing, you can just come into a regular forward fold. Take a resting breath here. Push into the floor with your heels. Come on up to neutral. Release your hands to heart center or back down onto your legs. Find neutral. Notice those shoulders. We're going to elevate the shoulders. We're going to do that a couple of times. Inhale your arms overhead. Lift. Lift your shoulders up near your ears. Bring your palms together, push your palms together, and then let everything come down. Nice smooth elevator, just like you were elevating your breath up and down your spine. Elevate your shoulders down, elevator, your shoulders down to neutral, and then sweep your arms up again. Big inhale, sweep up, big exhale, and it's long exhale, and there's energy in your palms, and your shoulders and shoulder blades are slowly moving down into your jeans pocket. Palms and fingertips are touching and alive. When you get to heart center, right above Manipura chakra, inhale overhead. And here we go. We're going to speed this up a little bit. Exhale down, but we're still getting that same elevator quality in the shoulder blades. Manipura chakra, and scoop. And exhale, smooth. Shoulders as low as they can go. Thumb comes down to Manipura chakra, and then scoop. 3 more. Exhale down. Smooth, smooth movement here. Movement on the breath. This is called a vinyasa. Inhale overhead. And all the fascia of your upper body is moving here, right to the fingertips. Remember those gloves that we talked about? The gloves that are like Downton Abbey gloves? That fascia of your whole arm. Just like a glove. And last one, exhale down. Find your neutral pose. Take 1 breath of rest. Part of this is just learning to rest. Can you soften? Exhale. Sun salutes. Here we go. Extend your legs if you want to. Inhale overhead. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, half lift. Use those back muscles, wake them up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, right knee up. My spine is parallel to my femur. Exhale, curl. Inhale, spine parallel to your shin bone. Exhale, neutral pose. Downward facing dog if you're on the floor. Inhale, chest comes through. Upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, cat pose. Inhale, left knee comes in, long spine. Exhale, curl. Warming up the whole line of the back. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, long spine, half lift. Push on your legs with your fingertips. Exhale, fold. Inhale, scoop. Use your belly. Liven up your belly. Exhale, neutral. That's one side. And if you're confused about this, I encourage you to go to my blog because I wrote it all out, javayoga.ca. Here we go. Other side. Inhale, overhead. Exhale, big, huge swan dive. This is part of why we do breath work, so that we can make our breath last for a whole movement. Exhale, fold. We're doing the second side now. So left foot steps back or pulls in. Exhale, curl your forehead. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, neutral pose. Downward facing dog if you're on the floor. Inhale, chest through. Upward dog or cat, cow pose. Stretch the back of your throat in front of your throat. Exhale, cow pose. Drop your chin. Sorry, cat pose. Left leg comes back if you're standing. Right leg comes in if you're sitting. Long spine. Exhale, fold. Big inhale, ripple your spine towards the ceiling. Remember the hand on the top of the head? And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. This is warming up your body, but more important than that, it's hip hinging. Inhale, up we go. That's one sun salute done. Exhale, neutral. Hinging at your hips promotes good digestion. Let's do another one, overhead. Has anyone noticed digestion improving since we've been working like this? Inhale, half lift. I find the chair particularly useful for this stuff. It makes you forget about your lower body and concentrate on your upper body. Inhale your right knee in, which gets a lot less work. Exhale, right knee is back if you're standing. Exhale, forehead to knee. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, neutral pose. Downward facing dog if you're on the floor. Inhale, pull your chest through. Upward facing dog or cobra pose. Exhale. Cat pose. Inhale, left leg in. Exhale, fold. Inhale, long spine. Every time is a fresh opportunity. Forward fold, ripple your spine out. Make it as long as you can. Heavy head. Inhale, half lift. What can you find in your Superman muscles, your belly muscles? Exhale, fold. Inhale, energetically scoop up like you're scooping through a big vat of molasses overhead, and then exhale, neutral. Other side, we're moving left leg first. Inhale, overhead. Exhale, fold. Through molasses, slow, slow, slow. Feel a lot. Inhale, push your chest towards me. Push your chin towards me. Exhale, fold. All this hip hinging, bringing new fluids into your hip joints. Inhale, left knee in. Or forward into your lunge, and then exhale, drop into your lunge or curl your forehead into your knee. Inhale, long spine, pushing up as if my hand is there. And exhale, neutral pose. Last one, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right knee in. Exhale, curl. Inhale, long spine. Final swan dive. Take it big. Exhale, big swan dive. Inhale, really use your belly here. We're going to do a bit of abs today. Exhale, fold. Now do this entirely with your belly muscles. Try not to use your back at all. Do this entirely with your belly muscles. When my kids were little and they were learning to ski, I was skiing on the bunny hill, and I tried to do all my skiing with just my belly muscles, just to occupy myself. And it was actually a really good practice. I can do a lot of crazy things with my belly muscles now. Take a breath. Soften your belly. Okay, we're going to come straight into chair pose. So if you're standing up, you'll want to come down to seated And if you're in the chair, you want to find your way towards your boat pose. So I'm sideways on my chair right now, and you could turn sideways on your chair if you like. You can do one leg up. You don't have to be sideways. You can be like this, but lean your chest back until you feel that little grabbing in your belly. And then you decide what to do with your arms, whether they're extended in front of you. If you're doing one leg, switch legs with grace. Remember, you're doing this with your belly, not your psoas. So every now and then your hip flexors will kick in. You'll feel them just at the hip. You'll feel them kick in. See if you can soften your hips and lean into this pose with your belly. One more breath. And we're going to take a forward fold. Let's take a wide-legged forward fold. Spread your legs apart and exhale. Take a forward fold. Take a rest. Breathe into your belly. Soften it up. Exhale it out. Second round. We usually do 3 rounds. I'll try and do sexy jellyfish today in the chair. Come up to your boat pose, whatever that looks like for you. I think for me, it's a little nicer to do it sideways. Of course, it's best on the floor. It's a little less dangerous. This is maybe a little dangerous. So I can feel my hip flexors kicking in here to hold me up here. I try and soften them on the breath. Trying to do this in my belly. And remember, if you're doing one leg at a time, you've got the right leg up, and now you're switching, left leg up. Take one more big breath. Let's take a forward fold. So gently release that abdominal exercise. And this stuff is really, really good for your digestion too. And take your forward fold. Take a deep inhale, exhale, resting your belly, making it soft like jelly. Work and rest, and work and rest. This is the rest. And now we're going to do the work. Here we go. Come on up. So sexy jellyfish in the chair. It's a little bit scary, I have to say. It's a lot less scary on the couch. Sexy jellyfish on one side. It looks like this. I'm leaned back a little bit again, so I have that little grabbing action in my belly. And I'm looking like a jellyfish, and my eyes are closed, so even I can't see what I look like. See if I can do both sides. Whoa, that's hard. Switch sides, do the left side. Random movement, both your arms are moving, one leg is moving. If you're on the floor, both legs are moving, probably. Last few breaths. We're gonna take a delicious forward fold of your choice here. I'm gonna put my legs apart. Exhale, forward fold. Now, you guys, I used to teach Pilates. Sometimes I still do. My abs are pretty strong, but I can make them feel it on the chair. So if anyone ever tells you you can't do abdominal work on the chair, it is not true. Release your belly. Gently come back up to neutral. Bring your feet in. We're going to go straight into a twist, so you can twist those belly muscles and really feel them. Inhale overhead. Check in with your belly here as you're overhead. Take a couple of breaths. Is your belly soft? We're going to twist. You can twist in any direction you like. Twist on an exhale, usually. Grab onto the chair somewhere behind you. Grab onto your knee and twist. And I would like all the sensation to be in the belly, that same group of muscles that you just used. Abdominal anatomy is one of my favorite things. There's tons of layers there. There's all these different grains. They're all moving in different ways so that we can be very nimble. Breathe into all those layers. And then come back to center. Notice how your body just elastically brings you back to center. That's one of my favorite things about bodies. And now take a little bow in the other direction. Just a little bow. Little counter pose, crunch up your belly a tiny bit, come back to center. And inhale your arms overhead. You don't have to pause here because I'm sure your bellies are all nice and soft. Just soften up your belly and then twist in the other direction. Find a chair with your arm behind you. Find your knee with your front hand. Use your muscles to twist, twist, twist. And I want all of the sensation. You're going to feel some sensation in your back, of course. There's tons going on here in the twist. Kidneys are twisting, lungs are twisting, diaphragm is twisting. But I want you to take it all, as much as you can, in the belly. Breathe into your belly and feel those layers of muscle moving. There's tons of layers in your body. There's the fat layer, there's the skin layer, and there's the muscular layers. We need all our layers. There's been a lot of research done about the adipose layer, the fat layer, and when we lose that layer, even though a lot of us don't like that layer, when we lose that layer, we become a lot less happy and a lot less friendly. So embrace your adipose layer. It is part of you. Take a little bow in the opposite direction. Come back to neutral. Take an inhale, exhale. Release everything. One more. We have time to do one more posture. I think we're going to do the same one that we did yesterday, but we're going to do it with a twist. So bring your right leg up and over, or you can just bring it to your lap like this in a figure 4. You decide. So I'm starting with my right leg. Let's all do our right leg here so that it makes more sense. Inhale overhead. And then exhale, take a twist. So if you're on the floor, you can be lying down for this, or you can be sitting up in campfire pose. So we're going to do exactly the same thing we just did. We're going to twist and breathe into our belly. And notice if it feels different than the twist you just did. Take one more big breath. Come back to center. Now, instead of taking a little bow in the opposite direction, I'd like you to bow forward over your knee. Take a deep breath. A little bit of hip work, just investigating how the hips are connected to the belly. Last breath. Gently come back up to seated. Switch your feet, so put your right foot clearly on the floor. Left foot comes up and over. You can be like this. You can have your legs crossed, same benefits. If this tweaks your knee, like when I do this, I get a little pop in my knee, but I've been doing this long enough. I know it's not hurting me. I know how to accommodate for that. I energize my toes and I energize my heels. I am super flexing here to protect my knee. And then we're going to go into a twist. Inhale your arms overhead. Exhale, twist. Grab onto the back of your chair, grab onto your knee, twist it out. And again, bring your energy and your attention back to your belly. You probably get a little hip action there too. Notice how they're related. And then just come back gently. Just notice how your body does that. I know I talk about this a lot. It's called elastic recoil. I love the fact that our bodies are so elastic. That's fascia. Exhale, fold forward. You know, when there's that old song about the knee bone is connected to the thigh bone and all that, well, that's actually, that was kind of old thinking. That's Leonardo da Vinci thinking. And he was right, and he did a lot of great research, but one thing he wasn't right about was that the bones don't touch. And that really what's connected is the fascia. All the connective tissue. That's what's holding us together. We're a bag of bones. Inhale up. Exhale back to neutral. Close your eyes. Settle your way back in your chair. Let the softness wash over you. Feet, ankles, knees, pelvis, torso, shoulders, head. Soften it all. And let your breathing be soft and slow. I'm going to read a little something. This is your nervous system treat. Keep your breath long and slow, your body soft. If you're on the floor, you're in Shavasana and everything is relaxed and soft. It's called She Let Go. She let go. Without a thought or a word, she let go. She let go of the fear and she let go of the judgments. She let go of the confluence of opinions swarming around her head. She let go of the committee of indecision that was within her. Wholly and completely, without hesitation or worry, she just let go. She didn't ask anyone for advice, and she didn't read a book on how to let go. She didn't search the scriptures, she just let go. She let go of all of the memories that held her back. She let go of all of the anxiety that kept her from moving forward. She let go of the planning and of all of the calculations about how to do it just right. She didn't promise to let go, and she didn't journal about it. She didn't write the projected date in her day timer. She made no public announcement and she put no ad in the newspaper. She didn't check the weather report or read her daily horoscope. She just let go. She didn't analyze whether she should let go. She didn't call her friends to discuss the matter. She didn't do a 5-step spiritual mind treatment. She didn't call the prayer line. She didn't utter one single word. She just let go. No one was around when it happened. There was no applause or congratulations. No one thanked her or praised her. No one noticed a thing. Like a leaf falling from a tree, she just let go. There was no effort. There was no struggle. It wasn't good and it wasn't bad. It was what it was, and it is just that. In the space of letting go, she let it all be. A small smile came over her face. A light breeze blew through her, and the sun and the moon shone forevermore. Begin to brighten your breath a little. Begin to move your fingers and your toes. Sparkle your eyes open. Can you take what you've gained here today, this softness? Can you let go of all the other stuff? Keep the softness. Let the rest go. Thank you so much for joining me again today. I hope you like that nervous system snack. That was a poem by Reverend Sapphire Rose, quite famous. You've probably heard it before. I'm unmuting you. Andrina and I read that at our retreats during Shavasana, so thought you'd like it. Okay.
That was wonderful.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Have a great day. Have a great day, you guys. Bye, Yumi.
Beautiful.
So nice to see you, Yumi.
Yeah, me too. Thank you.
How are you? Bye, everybody. Bye, guys. Bye, everybody. Bye, Karina. Thanks, Karina.
Bye, Nikki. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thanks.